Effort to spark change in national attitudes towards individuals forming part of the LGBTQ plus community has resulted in conversation being held between key societal partners forming civil society and religious groups. Advocacy has spanned multiple years with organizations such as the Eastern Caribbean Alliance for Diversity and Equality Inc. ECADE working in partnership with regional entities to end discrimination against community members. On Saint Lucia, a series of discussions were held throughout August exploring human sexuality and the impact of perspectives promoted by people of faith.
The dialogues were in collaboration with the Global Interfaith Network. And that network, the purpose of it is to just encourage people of faith, especially LGBTQ plus people of faith, to rethink the popular narrative around what the Bible, particularly in Christianity, but all religions, what is the perspective, particularly those that are discriminatory about being gay, being transgender, being queer, being lesbian, being bisexual, etc. So that is what that global movement is about, and that these particular dialogues were held under that banner. So looking at the context of Saint Lucia.
According to Fontenelle, discussions are hoped to create broader understanding of the manner in which attitudes are shaped by religious doctrine and where such positions are a reflection of biblical text.
The local dialogues looked at how the prevailing sentiment around gay people, how that affects their access to services and how they navigate in the public sphere. So we hope that whether it be civil society who are advocating on behalf of marginalized populations, whether it be people of faith who are LGBTQ plus or identify as LGBTQ plus, or whether it be faith leaders, how that could shift the narrative, if only in the consideration of the kind of services they provide and the way they deal with or treat with LGBTQ plus people. So yes, you have your belief system. Yes, it's based on certain things. But first of all, look at what is it based on? Does the Bible really say, or your religion, what is the source of that attitude? Is it really based in the religion, or is it something that people have said over time and that has been adopted? Is it really and truly what's happening?
Examining the effect of personal beliefs on inequity, Fontenelle highlighted the need for introspection.
The second part is, okay, you have your belief system. However, how does that transfer into the public sphere, where how you treat people? Do you have a right to deny people access to services? Do you have a right to deny people their rights for housing, for education, for health services, etc., just because you believe something different than they do? Especially when they are operating on the basis of human rights, which is that you are expressing yourself, living your best life without harming others or preventing others from doing the same.
Adjustments in policy, she says, continue to be recorded, and action to expand such changes is expected to continue.
Policy has changed. It's been incremental, but policy has changed. We look at engagement, particularly in the area of health. We look at engagement around issues of labor, just to name a few. So we're expecting that as time goes by, as we engage in dialogue with individuals, to point out the basis on which we believe they need to change the narrative or change their behavior towards LGBTQ plus people, that we can come to an understanding, and that could increase the areas of protection and remove some of the areas of discrimination against people who are non-heterosexual.
Immense gratitude, she says, is felt for the support extended and willingness by individuals to sit in honest conversation.
We know that oftentimes people are so insistent on maintaining their belief system and so defensive that they will not even engage in a conversation. So we appreciate that those people engaged and sought to meet the LGBTQ plus community halfway to see what are the areas in which we have some commonality as human beings, as Saint Lucians, as people trying to navigate this world together, and how we can just make life easier for all of us.
Battalion, NBC Prime.